Welcome to His Grace for All, an hour in-depth, verse-by-verse study of the Gospel according to John. John's Gospel has proven to be the most popular of all of the New Testament Gospels and yet, also, the most misunderstood and misapplied. At the time of John's writing of his Gospel, he is the only apostle left. Written somewhere between 80 and 90 AD, John is passionate about combating the false doctrines of the early church like Gnosticism, which is the seedbed for modern-day Reformed doctrine, as we will see in our series. John has seen the destruction of the temple and the overthrow of Jerusalem. John writes his Gospel to prove the deity of Jesus. This is different from his letters, where he addresses the humanity of Jesus. Our series title, That You Might Believe, is taken from John 20, verses 30 and 31, which says, "And truly Jesus did many other signs in the presence of his disciples, which are not written in this book. But these are written that you may believe that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God, and that believing you may have life in his name." This series will originate from traditional, evangelical foundation that is non-Calvinistic. Almost all of the teachings one finds today are from a Reformed and Calvinistic viewpoint. For example, the entirety of chapter 3 is a hotbed of debate. What does it mean to be born again? And does it mean born again or born from above? What about issues like foreknowledge, predestination, and regeneration? Who are those given to Jesus in John 6? Is salvation based on remaining faithful to the end, or are we secure in our salvation? What exactly is believing? Does the Father drag people to faith in order to give to Jesus, or does he use his word and spirit to persuade? Does man have free will, or are they totally depraved and incapable of coming to Jesus without prevenient grace? What does John mean when he uses the term logos, which is translated as word? Is there a deeper meaning than we often understand? What about groups like the Jehovah's Witnesses who retranslate John 1 and teach that Jesus was not God? Well, John will have a lot to say about that issue. All of these issues and much more will be addressed in this series on the Gospel according to John. We invite you to join our Bible teacher, Pastor Tim, as he leads us on a journey of discovery, verse by verse, as if each verse is one stepping stone at a time to our destination. As always, we encourage you to send Pastor Tim your questions as we journey together. Many of those questions, Pastor Tim would like to incorporate into the series. If you have a question, there are thousands more who have the same question. The Gospel of John is known as the Holy of Holies of the New Testament. We have now been given access. Let's enter together.